Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon for some. Hey there. Hey there. Welcome in. Welcome in. When you're when you come in, let me know where you are watching from. I'm Lady J, Lady Jesaira. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Wanted to hop on for a few minutes. How are you all? Hope you're doing well. Let me know when you come in. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. Welcome. Welcome. I had to put a necklace on. I'm used to having a necklace on. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I see one person in. Welcome. I am Lady J, Lady Jesaira. Welcome into the space. I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're well today. Just want to hop on for a few moments. I hope your day is going well. Mine has been well. I have no complaints. It's been a productive day, a fruitful day. Hey, welcome in. Welcome into the space. As you're coming into the space, if you don't mind letting me know where you are watching and or listening from. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing today? I hope your day has been well, that it's been productive, that it's been fruitful. I didn't know you were in Georgia. Hey, Stonecrest. Welcome in. Welcome in from Stonecrest. All right. Give folks a few more minutes. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in, Jamie. Hello, I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome into the space. Thank you all for coming in. I'm not going to be on here long at all. Just want to pop on really fast. I see those numbers jumping up. Hey, hey, DeQuincia. Hey, beautiful. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Just wanted to hop on really fast because I have a special invitation, and um, I've made a promise to myself in 2026 that I would be very intentional about putting myself out there. I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your sister. My sincerest condolences. I made myself a promise that I would put myself out there in a very different way. And um, so that involves these moments where I'm doing. Oh, well, that's great. Welcome. Something I will say this before I get into what I'm here for. Being in these social media streets is teaching me so much. It's growing me in a lot of ways. It's growing me in a lot of ways, and it's teaching me a lot about people. I study people all the time, as a therapist and future. I'm going to call myself I guess, behavioral psychologist as I'm finishing up my doctorate. I study people, so people intrigue me. But I'm going to say, out here on social media, it seems like there's another dynamic that I notice and that I experience when I'm in this space. And it's very, very different. It's very different. So, anyway, I wanted to take a moment to extend a special invitation. I am in the process and have been building and working on a special program for a little over a year now. And currently, I'm branding it specifically for high achieving professional Black women and or women of color. That's currently. Now, I plan to expand this program and this model later on. But currently, what I'm doing is I am hosting a masterclass every other Wednesday, and I wanted to give folks an opportunity to actually attend this masterclass, Empower Her Now. This is a deep dive into helping and supporting high achieving professional Black women in particular, helping them to move from places of performative leadership to embodied sacred leadership. So, what do I mean by that? A leadership that incorporates or that honors all of who you are as a woman of color, a Black woman, your experience, your lived experience, your upbringing, um, your ancestral awareness and upbringing. It is the integration, this program that I have been working with now a little over a year. This program is the integration of these things. So it's not just leadership from the perspective of skill, capacity, and development, but it also includes psychological, physiological, emotional intelligence, spiritual awareness. It's the somatic awareness, it's the esoteric. I've been fortunate to bring all of it together into one powerful model that I am excited to share um, with you all. And I want you to be my special guest today. I'm going to take once again more of a deep dive into this program on tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is reserve your spot. So I'm going to put the link here for you to reserve your spot. This is a free masterclass. Very passionate. I'm very passionate about the program, passionate about what it is and meeting the needs. The more I am in this space, I have been in the leadership space. Oh my God. Um, in the masterclass, I share my experience, but I've been in leadership basically all of my life. And so when I speak in terms of leadership and when I speak in terms of women in leadership, I am coming from a very, very familiar place and space, training, experience, hands-on. And even as a now entrepreneur, it'll be 5 years that I've had my own practice. I've been learning so much from a different lens as it pertains to leadership. But leadership is one of the things that I have down through the years tried to really steer away from. But the more I did that, the more I realized that there was a space that God and the universe and my ancestors and everything had carved out for me. So this workshop really is a clarion call. It's an answer, it's a sacred answer. It's an assignment and it's a purpose that's upon my life. And I was watching today, a girlfriend of mine shared with me a video, a YouTube video that Miss Van Zant, Iana Van Zant, was featured on. As a matter of fact, I want to encourage you to go watch it if you have not. Carlos King interviewed her, and she was just really sharing and dropping a lot of powerful nuggets about her experience and about her purpose and her understanding of purpose. And she said something that really resonated with me because one of my heartbeats really truly is leadership. And she said that it's not about being, and I'm paraphrasing, it's not about being the boss, or this boss, BITCH, that a lot of women kind of allude to. But she said that really isn't the question. The question is, are you a leader? And I think hit me to the core, because that's really who I am. I'm not in entrepreneurship to be the boss or to be a boss. I'm not interested in being the boss, because being the boss creates harmful, toxic systems and ideologies that keeps people from empowerment. As a leader, being a leader requires, or the leadership requires rather, that there is a certain level of accountability and responsibility, and you don't coddle people per se, but you become a guide and you call people up. You call people up. You don't allow them to stay. If you're leading, you're not um, promoting them staying in a place that is causing them to lose their life or to lose their mental health. And I've said this before a couple of weeks ago, and I'll say it again because it's true. We are experiencing a leadership crisis. We're looking at a leadership crisis right in front of our face. Now, it's not me demonizing anything or anyone. This is about me, however, bringing intentional awareness around the fact that I believe wholeheartedly that we are in a time when self leadership, self empowerment, when we need to remember who we are and whose we are, is critical and critically important. It is, it's time, it is necessary, because a lot of us have not been able to reach these places that we need to reach, because we are looking for someone to do the work for us. And I was in a session with my therapist. I believe every therapist should have a therapist, every leader should have a leader. I do believe, if you're a mentor, you need to be getting mentored as well. Do me a favor, like and share this video as you're coming in. If you can like and share it for me, that would be great. But I was in my therapy session with my therapist, and I love my therapist. I appreciate who she is to me, and we engaged in this conversation around awareness. We're talking about awareness, and when she made a statement that awareness is rare. The personal awareness is rare. That many people lack insight into their own capacity, their own healing, their own trauma and their triggers. And she's right. She's right. A lot of people tend to lack the awareness because they're not in the work for themselves. They are either looking outside of themselves, or they have put the onus on someone else versus um, assuming responsibility for their own transformation, for their own healing, for their own guidance to be self-led. So at any rate, I had a wonderful session, and it just reminded me, in the having that session with her and then watching this video today, it reminded me of my purpose, right? And so my purpose is, I have there's many ways that this my purpose plays out, right? It plays out many ways, and I've come to a point where I'm comfortable in my skin, and I can't always say that it was always this way. It wasn't always this way. I remember really, really wanting the approval of others. And I will also say this, I will also say, in this past season of my life, I had to revisit some things that I thought was completely healed, because healing is an evolution. It's an ongoing thing. And that does not mean that you cannot operate and cannot move and help others as you heal, right? What's important is that you, once again, that you're aware and that you're actively in the work to do what's to be whole, to stay grounded, to manage the ego, right? And so I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable in my purpose. I know that my purpose plays out differently at different times and seasons of my life, but at the core, I was telling my husband, at the core, I am a voice. I am a voice. And there are times and seasons when my voice and my purpose as a voice was musical, right? It was on the stage as a performer. It has morphed into other things as an advocate, as a mental health professional, as a speaker, as a writer, as a facilitator, as a therapist. At the core, I am a voice. And what is interesting to me, I'm a voice in leadership. I am a prophetic voice. I will say the thing that might disrupt things and people and may cause frustration or cause discomfort. I am a person who will call out BS. I did a video earlier today about how, we just in healing spaces and in religious spaces, we are so like hell bent on trying to make people fit into these modes. And part of the frustration for many people is that they're not comfortable in their skin because they don't, we don't have a society that really, at least here in the West, that really promotes you being who you are. It's more of you be who you see. You practice or you copy the model that's in front of you, right? But one of the things Miss Van Zant said on that interview was that once you get clear about your purpose, once you get clear about your purpose is what drives everything. And I guess I'm saying all that to say that I'm very clear about my purpose and the earth, in this realm, at this time. And so I want to invite you, if you are a woman who is tired of leading from an empty cup, if you're tired of leading performatively, meaning that you show up in these spaces not authentic, not value aligned, not from an embodied place. In other words, you do not honor your body and your body's awareness in leadership spaces, perhaps this masterclass is for you. If you have been that woman who is always showing up for everybody and everything, you've been the constant giver. You over explain, you over perform, you people please. You find yourself identifying solely with strength, and vulnerability is something that's far from you, but you're secretly struggling. On the outside, you may have it together. On the outside, you may be that one who's very articulate, that one who's very educated, that one who's very confident, but behind closed doors really, really lacks the self-confidence to make themselves, to make herself a priority. I am called to that person. I'm called to that woman. And I'm coming to understand that my husband is really helping me with understanding this. It's not just the women per se, right? But at this time it is. At this time it is strategically women, because Black women in particular have been put in a place that it's time for us to take a step forward in a way that we've not taken before. We fund organizations, we fund ministries, we fund activities, foundations. We fund so much, and yet there's poor representation of us in key places of influence, key places of leadership. And I believe wholeheartedly that we're being called to step up and into our places of leadership, our places of authority, right? Our places of authority. And your authority, sis, may not be a huge platform. But what's important is that you tap into your authority as a leader and that you do it unapologetically, that you don't sit at tables that were not meant for you. I believe in this season, it's time for you to create the tables, or for time for you to find the tribe that is for you, the tribe that will undergird you, the tribe that will support you, the tribe that will love you and accept you, not out of performance, just, they will love you just because. Um, they also are that tribe that will hold you accountable. It's important that sisters have community. It's important that sisters have community. It's important that we all have community. But once again, right now, right here, I'm talking specifically to our Black sisters. It's important that we have community, and it's important that we don't belittle each other. It's important that we're intentional, that we speak truth to each other, but that we speak it from a place of love, authenticity, and that we don't allow competition, that we don't allow comparison to be the enemy of our souls. Because when we do that, we really, really forfeit our power, our ability, our effectiveness. We forfeit many things when we don't allow and stand in who we are, unapologetically. No one can do you like you. There's absolutely no one who can show up like Jesaira. I don't worry about that, because two people can present the same speech or write the same paper, the same topic, right? Can write the same topic. But the way it's delivered, the way it's expressed is completely different. Why? Because we all are uniquely different, uniquely made. And so this is a clarion call for you, my sister, who is tired of moving in survival mode. Survival mode is nothing but a unhealed trauma response. It's a dysregulated nervous system that really is seeking safety and has not understood safety within. So it looks to get safety without, and some will perceive it as control. But it's really, really a dysregulated nervous system. So this workshop, this free masterclass, this high-level masterclass, is about really accessing the true power, understanding real alchemy, understanding that it begins from within, understanding the role of the body, soul, and the spirit as you move forward in your leadership and your leadership practices. Sis, you're being called to the front. And once again, everybody's front may not be thousands of people, right? But you're not supposed to be in the background anymore. We're supposed to see you. You're supposed to make your presence known. And if you've been the woman who's been hiding behind the leader, like I can talk about that, because I know that I've always been that person that was next to the leader, trying to really, not stand fully in my power. I remember turning down leadership roles in corporate spaces. I did that because I didn't want to step fully into it. I'm not her anymore, because I'm remembering who I was, and that thing showed up as a child in me. So I'm returning to that. So I want to invite you to be my special guest tonight, literally in about an hour and a half. Empower Her Now, for high achieving Black women. If I'm talking to you, I put the link in the comments. Register, and I will see you. I'll see you shortly. And if you have any questions, please feel free. DM me, reach out. There is more to come. I am on a mission. More importantly, I am on purpose, in purpose. Yes, that's what I said. On purpose, in purpose. All right. I love you all so much. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. And for those of you that I'm going to see tonight at 7 o'clock, I look forward to sharing more with you. Okay. When you sign up, you're going to get the link for the actual workshop 10 minutes before it begins. Okay. I love you all. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Bye.